Good morning, a Thursday, September the 10th. The word walk in the Bible has a unique connotation. Normally, we think of taking a walk when we think of the word walk. In the Bible, it usually refers to walking through life. For example, in Psalm 1, it says, "Blessed is the person who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly." In Psalm 116:9, it says, "I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living." Proverbs 10:9 says, we should walk uprightly. That's not the same as my grandmother telling me, "Stand up straight when you walk." I like what Jeremiah says, "Find the good paths and walk in them." The Bible speaks of walking by faith and walking worthy. So when you read the word walk, it usually refers to as you're living your life. So how will you walk or live your life today? 1 Thessalonians 4 tells us how we ought to walk to please God. I find several ways to walk in it for today. The first way mentioned also has the greatest number of verses about it. And it says to walk in holiness. That's really where it begins. In verse 7 it says, God has called us to holiness. The second thing I see is that we're to walk in love. In verse 9, we're taught of God to love one another. The third way that it mentions is to walk in honesty. In fact, verse 12 says that we're to walk honestly. Here's another important part of the word walk in the verse. The tense of the word in the Greek means to continue walking in. The fourth way that it mentions is to walk in expectation. We're to live our lives expecting Christ's return. When I was young, we lived in a house with creaky floors. The advantage to that was when you were fighting with your sister, you could hear your parent coming, and you could stop. We don't know when Christ is coming, but we're to walk in our lives or live expecting it. In Bible times, they walked everywhere. We don't walk everywhere, but we live everywhere. So how's your walk? Now stop and think about that.